Hey, this is Casey Smagala. I'm up here at Local Good Chicago in Edgebrook for another FifthStar segment with Laura, the owner and entrepreneur here. And we're going to spend a little bit of time this morning talking about what makes this business unique and especially what makes this such a special place in the 39th Ward up here on Devon Avenue. So I want to introduce you all to my good friend Laura.
Hi, I'm Laura Guenther. I opened up Local Good Chicago about 6 years ago. And we moved a block from the west about 2 years ago. So we've been here in this spot, which is a little bit more on the retail sector of Edgebrook.
And what was the idea behind Local Good Chicago? Because I love it's like my one-stop shop for like Christmas shopping because my family loves all this stuff.
Yeah.
So what was your idea behind starting Local Good Chicago?
Well, originally about 7 years ago, I was trying to get all my gifts like locally made, and
Okay.
I found it was really challenging to find that. So I ended up buying a lot of gifts from like local food vendors, like from Whole Foods and etc. And I was like, why we should have like a place that has like local made gifts. And then also I always walked into the Edgebrook neighborhood, and there's like really not a lot going on here then. And I was like, well, I should just open a store, instead of just thinking
that's
about,
easy.
Yeah, I'll just open a store. So that's what I did.
That's awesome. So it's
Yep.
been 6 years.
Yep.
Wow. And so tell us a little bit about like the ebbs and flows of being a small business owner, specifically up here in Edgebrook and in the 39th Ward.
I mean, it's challenging to be a business owner in Edgebrook because there's literally very little foot traffic. So
Yeah.
if you look out the window right now, you'll probably see nobody walking by. So that's the challenge. I mean, there's obviously a lot of people who live near here. You can go 2 blocks north and you're in Skokie, and they have free parking, lots of parking. You can go shopping there. It's easier to park. Here, people just don't want to pay for parking because you can park for free nearby.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually have tons of parking. We actually have a parking lot in the back that's free. A lot of stores have that. People are just not aware of that. And then the meters though, it's just for the people in this neighborhood, it's harder for them to feel like they should have to pay.
Yeah. Well, hopefully people are listening in and they know that there's street parking behind that. And
Yeah.
I think you're being modest about no foot traffic because there's a total fan crew out there today watching this interview from the window. A little bit like Jimmy Fallon here. So tell me more. So that's how Local Good Chicago got started, kind of this void that you saw being able to shop for like literally local goods.
Yeah.
So on point name there. What was it that, because as you said, there is a challenge with retail at times in on Edgebrook and Devon here. So what drew you here?
Well, I live in this neighborhood, so I mean, my main goal is to support my own neighborhood.
Yeah.
So, of course, over time, people have asked, like, why don't you go to a busier neighborhood? Well, that's like one of the main reasons I opened the store is to support my neighborhood. So I'm not planning on leaving and switching neighborhoods.
Awesome.
I might have a second place. I did have a pop-up for a while at Loyola,
Yeah.
and I've done special events throughout the city, just to try to get our name out there. But this has to be the core place of where I am because I'm here to support Edgebrook.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so, tell me a little bit more about your business community up here in Devon, because I'm here for Chamber of Commerce stuff all the time to support some of the nonprofits, and it's like I'm always running into Barb from Local Goods, Jan Kupiak, and the whole gang from Everyday Edgebrook. And you guys are a really tight business community. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's almost like we're a small town or village,
Yeah.
but we're still within the city of Chicago. I feel like I know pretty much all of the business owners. We do a lot of events together.
Yeah.
We have a beer festival in the back lot coming up in June 23rd,
Okay.
where the 3 stores together have the parking lot. So Pet Wants, a Vintage Bloom, and us going in the back, and then we have a couple of local businesses doing the food. So
That's so clever.
yeah. Edgebrook Coffee Shop and Villa Rosa are the 2 local restaurants that we provide in the food, and then we have 10 different beer vendors, which is awesome, who are coming to the event. So we do a lot of things together. That's just like one example.
Yeah. Well, tell us about some of those other things that you do, like as a group and as volunteers to attract people up here and to make it entertaining for the folks that live here. So you also have the Destination Devon Festival.
We have
right?
Destination Devon Festival, which we usually have in May every year, and basically all the storefronts get together, and we have artists and music and food. It's kind of like a deluxe sidewalk sale where just to get people out on the streets and super fun. And then in the fall we have a wine stroll, so the stores get together and we have a wine sampling at all the different stores. You get a little map and you walk around, and that way it gets people to go to all the different stores.
People seem to be a little more loose with their dollars by the end of that wine stroll.
Yeah, that somehow that magically works.
As a fundraiser, I'm aware of that science and
Yeah.
how that works. Those things are awesome, and I see that happening in other communities across the Northwest Side and the 39th Ward as well. Coming up in June, I hope it doesn't overlap with your event, in fact, but the North River Commission and Albany Park Chamber of Commerce is doing like a taste and flavors of Albany Park.
Oh, fun.
And so again, it's drawing people in. It's pulling people out of their houses and into the business district. Yeah. But then it's also bringing people in from Barrington. It's pulling folks in from Skokie to spend their money here for once.
Yeah.
This is the idea behind the FifthStar.
Yeah.
It's ordinary Chicagoans doing extraordinary things for their neighborhood.
Yeah.
But let's go into this though. What more could the city or community groups or just a neighborhood do-gooder like myself? What's something more we could be doing to help Laura and local hood Chicago, and then on a bigger scale, the business district up here on the bottom?
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to sound like this is so obvious, but if we did not have to have paid parking in this neighborhood in particular, it would help a lot, at least just these 2 blocks.
Yeah.
There's lots of parking, but like I said, that seems to be a very large hurdle for people,
even
who live nearby. And because, a lot of people could walk over here, but, it's just that paid parking thing, that's, and that's through the city. That's the only thing, that would be a huge driver for us.
Yeah.
Also, like, we have this infrastructure issue with the train. I don't know how to solve that problem. People talked about could it go like an underpass. I mean, those are all huge projects, but and probably go beyond the city. So
yeah. But taking time and studying those situations, because when you had mentioned that the train connects over here, which is a beautiful station, that's also an asset for a business district.
Oh,
as
totally.
Well.
Yeah.
But we have to have leaders that understand enough about urban planning. And not to say I'm an expert in it, but I did study it when I was in school. I'd say I know enough to be dangerous. That's a study that I would love to see or read up more on, is that how do we connect the folks from the metro station over here as they're walking on their way home, you see the wife and kids, stop in and grab a bottle of wine from here, pick up some Thai food, drop in over to Lou Manfredini's Ace Hardware over there. But yeah, those are things that I don't think should always be on like neighbors and volunteers like yourselves. That does come from leadership from elected officials to do those studies and be up on that.
Yeah.
So my parents are small business owners. My stepdad owns a small manufacturing company outside of our hometown, and there's just a toughness about you all. And so, is there any story that you have or like situation you're in as a small business owner where you're like, I really have to grind through this?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like that's just the way it is all the time. I mean, you're like working all the time, like literally, you have your phone, you have your computer, you have all these devices where you have information. You're like always like making an ad, or you're like paying the employees, or I have all these vendors I have to pay, the artists here. Like literally, you cannot take a vacation. Even when you're on vacation, you're not totally on vacation. So it's just like almost like your lifestyle.
Yeah.
So, but I feel like you just have to keep doing it. And I don't always know all the rules of the city, you know what I mean? So like sometimes you find out when it comes up, and then you have to figure out. So do a lot of Google searching.
Yeah.
Because one thing with the city is not all the information is totally clear. Like what does a small business owner need to do? I got my liquor license last year, and then there's just like a lot of steps in order to get that you have to do. Also, just when I open the business, like you don't necessarily know all the things that are requirements of what to do, like getting a sign permit. There's bag tax now. I don't know. There's just the list keeps going on and on. So minimum wage keeps increasing. So by July 1st, it's $12 an hour. But those are just things that like we just need all that information, and you can find it. But it would be awesome.
But you have to go looking for it.
Yeah, you basically have to find it out. And I know there's probably lots of people out there who don't even know all the rules because they're just not aware.
You mean you don't have a very high-powered legal team behind you sorting all this stuff through?
No, I don't. I definitely don't.
Got it. Well, what you do have behind you is a lot of cool artists.
Yes.
I love coming in here and getting stuff from my folks back home. And I think just about any piece of art in my apartment is this decorative things from here. So tell me more about that, because I love and appreciate artists. As artistic as I get is my Instagram account. So when I come in here, like I'm just like fulfilled. So how do you develop the relationships with all these artists? So tell us about those relationships.
Yeah, so we have over 100 artists here, and what's awesome is like I know the name of everybody who makes the thing. So it's like when I see any object in here, it's not just that object. Like when you walk into a big store like Target, it's like that is made by a certain person. You know what I mean? So like I think that is like you have a relationship with the products because the products represent the person. So I think that's really cool. So people here can either rent space, like some of these bigger booths are rented by artists,
Okay.
or they can sell on consignment. So there's a couple different options for artists. But another reason we open the store is just to support the local artist community. And it brings, like, there's over 100 artists. They come here to bring their product. It brings those people into our neighborhood.
Yeah.
Every month they come and bring and drop their stuff off.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And one thing that I love about this stuff too is when folks come into my apartment, because I'm always having people over for dinner and to entertain, and it's like the artwork and the posters I have from you are quite unique.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, you can go to Target, God bless Target and all,
Yeah, love
but
it.
it's the same stuff that every other person has on their wall.
Yes.
When you come here, it's really unique posters. It's like not one of a kind, but it's custom made shirts and everything.
Yeah.
Is there like one item that like you're particularly proud of that's in your store that you can't go to like a chain place and get?
Well, you definitely can't get the coasters made by Rosanna Riformato.
Okay.
So and the thing that's really cool about those is she's a photographer, and she goes all around the city of Chicago taking photographs.
Really?
And then she transfers the photo onto tumbled marble. So it makes it into a coaster. But it's cool because you could go, like, that's like a awesome gift. So you can go there and you'd be like, oh, like someone was just buying it for their anniversary. Like, well, this is where we had our first date, and this is where we got married, and this is our favorite pizza place. So they bought like a set of coasters representing places that had like good memories. It's like nostalgia.
Yeah, that's really, really unique. Kind of as we wrap up here, any other commercials for Local Good Chicago? Is there anything that you want people to know about you as a business owner or you as a shop? Now that we have like this platform to say it on.
I mean, this is an awesome place for buying gifts. We have a wine club, which is super fun. So the third Thursday of every month, you can come in and sample our wines. And
canceling all my campaign events on the third Thursdays. I'm on that.
It's awesome because we get a different region, and we come in and we have like a really casual talk around this yellow table about the wines. And it's fun. And then we have, all over 100 artists here. We always have new artists, new products. Like every single day we get new stuff in here. So I think that's really cool. Plus just the fact that I know who these artists are, I think is like the best part of the store.
Yeah. And to be able to support people who are in Chicago, making things about Chicago.
Yeah.
And then bringing some of that capital into the Northwest side it makes me feel better as a shopper coming up here and spending what little dollars I do have. So.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a ton for letting us talk with you, Laura, about Local Good Chicago and kind of the Edgebrook Business District as a whole. So if anybody's out doing any shopping for mom or dad or a significant other, support your local businesses, especially when they have enormous construction projects going on out front because they need it. And as you understand, this money is circulating in our communities. It's not going to some enormous corporation that isn't investing that money back. You'll come up to Edgebrook and you'll see Laura at the farmer's market. You'll see her organizing events out here on the street. So your dollars do a lot more when you spend them locally. So thanks for spending the morning with us again. This is Casey Smagala, candidate for Alderman in the 39th Ward with another FifthStar segment. Thank you.